All right. Good morning, trader. Man, it is early. Bringing daylight savings time absolutely knocked me out. I am sitting here nursing my first cup of coffee here, and man, I'm barely awake. Somebody needs to come up with some sort of service, I swear to God, that will come to your house and hook up an IV with you, hooking up an IV for you for traders, because yeah, you're likely going to be wiped out anyways, just from the things that traders do, at least in the hedge fund industry, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that is a money making business right there. Okay, in any event, we are looking at the S&P futures here, and stuff is really, really mixed right now. You can see this is the overnight volume profile right here. We do have clearly higher value in the overnight profile. This is relative to Friday's session. However, things are just really, really neutral. All the indexes are kind of doing something different. The Dow is making higher highs. The Russell is making very strong lower lows. The Nasdaq is totally neutral, making a symmetrical triangle. And then on ES we have a weak high. Yeah, it's all pretty mixed. I would like to say that I would favor the longs from this point, but we've been going up on real low volume. If we look at the daily volume here on the S&P, we can see here's the overnight volume right here. Here's Friday's volume, which is substantially lower. And then Thursday's volume was non-existent. It was like a holiday. In any event, it's just like I said, we're up here at the top. We are right at the 2 standard deviation mark of VWAP. So, I said on Thursday that I thought we were at the ceiling, and you know, it feels like it should be. I don't know why we're not dropping. I would imagine it's because the Dow is just kind of pushing us higher. Dow made 5 consecutive record highs last week. And then whereas the Nasdaq sold off, this is the Nasdaq right here. Nasdaq gave up 6.82%, something like that. So yeah, it's anybody's game, really. You can see the volume on the Nasdaq is also just minuscule. So hard to say what's going to happen next. But if I had to choose a bias, I would say right now I would probably favor the long side. So in the weekend wrap, let me bust out my PowerPoint here real fast. Okay, so in the weekend wrap, this is what we got out of last week. So last week, the trades that I put out, I was talking about a long in Zynerba Pharmaceuticals, or Zyne. I was looking for a long entry here at 417. Ended up closing Friday at 470, so just shy of my $5 target. The SOI, Solaris Oilfield Industries, breakout play that I was advocating for, that broke out really strong. I called it out at 1275, closed Friday at 1463. And then the Disney short that I called out, it ended up getting news that the parks were reopening, and it did the total opposite. So sorry if you took that one. All right, so here are the setups that I'm advocating for this week. Bitcoin. I haven't checked the Bitcoin charts today, but basically what I was looking for was, we broke above 60,000. I was looking for a pullback to this previous pivot high at 57,000 here, which is resistance turning into support, and looking for a bounce from that level at 57K. I have no idea what it's trading at now. If you're in the chat here and let me know so I can not sound like a dumbass. Thanks. All right. The other trade I'm advocating for here is for Home Depot. So this put in a very nice buying tail when it tested below $263. So I'm looking for us to either plow through this trend line and continue higher, or pull back to 263 support level and then bounce from there. Last but not least, Synlogic SYBX. This would be a midterm swing trade. It bounced nicely down here at the $3 level, but we do have an unfilled gap right down in here, as well as here and here. So basically, I'm looking for a slight pullback and then continuation higher for us to fill this gap up here at 426 to 458. So, okay, so the major event to watch for this week is going to be the FOMC. That's Wednesday at 11. I don't think interest rates are likely to change, but we'll want to make sure we're paying attention to their outlook in terms of the economy and inflation. Because of inflation, you know, they're likely to raise interest rates at some point in the near future. But you know, we all know Powell's stance is pretty liberal in terms of the economy and interest rates and that kind of stuff. So, here's the economic calendar for this week. So we have no major events today. Tomorrow we have retail sales. And you know, if you guys are new to economic indicators, you know, retail accounts for like 70% of the economy. So you have normal retail sales, which includes all retail, and then core retail sales, which is all retail save for automobiles. So it pulls cars out of that mix. Wednesday we have building permits. Those are new building permits that are given out by the government. And that's a leading indicator for the housing market. Crude oil on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got initial jobless in the Philly Manufacturing Index, and then nothing big on Friday. As far as earnings goes, there's nothing really big this week except for we got Nike, Accenture, FedEx, and Dollar General on Thursday. The only thing notable other than that was Pinduoduo, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So, and then nothing else really big to report in the news. The 10-year did hit its highest level since February of 2020 on Friday. Biden also said that all adults would be eligible for the COVID vaccine by May 1st. Europe is definitely struggling to keep pace with the U.S. economy, and also Novavax. They had good results on their COVID vaccine in the final trial analysis. So. Okay, looks like we're getting a decent little bounce here out of the S&P. So my long bias seems to be holding true, at least for the moment. We'll see what happens when we get up at the top of the range here. Okay, well, it looks pretty dead in here. I'm guessing people are probably still sleeping. Not that I blame you in the slightest. But yeah, I'm gonna open the floor up. If you guys have anything chart wise you would like me to take a look at, now's your time. I'm more than happy to go over any possible setups or anything like that. So let me know what you're trading, what you're interested in, and we'll check it out. Hopefully that glare isn't too bad. Looks like this Synlogic long that I had been talking about is looking pretty good so far. It's up. It's only up 4 cents in pre. Granted, it is a $3.50 stock, but let's see what Home Depot is doing here. Okay, so this long on Home Depot is hasn't really moved in pre-market. It's still where it was chilling at before. Let's see here. And let's look at Bitcoin. Whoa. The data for Bitcoin through TradingView is really awful. Does anyone have the current price on Bitcoin right now? If you do, can you just throw it in the chat for me, please? $56K. Wow. So, all right. Well, it's right at the resistance level that would turn into support that I was talking about for my long entry. So if we zoom out here just a smidge, trading view will cooperate. The heck? Okay, so our previous breakout level was right here where this dotted yellow line is, and it looks like it broke back inside of the range and then is back up here at this key level at 57,000. 56.5. Awesome. Thank you very much, Manal. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Since I can't really see the price action too well, it's hard for me to say. But if we start breaking back above 57K, I think that would be a decent long entry. The only thing that makes me nervous is like me not being able to see the price action all that well here. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean sometimes if you trade with thank you for letting me know. Sometimes if you trade with strength down into the previous range, you start getting more price acceptance down there. So without being able to see the price action all that well, it's hard for me to say whether or not we are going to be able to kick back above 57K. But I would just say if you're going to take that trade, enter with caution. Could just be a pullback, but if we start getting more acceptance down here below the $57,000 level, then it could it could break down further. So okay, anybody else have stocks they would like to have analyzed? Anything they have questions about? If not, I'll just kind of go through some different stocks and we'll just look for setups together. Okay, let's switch back to a 1 hour. Sorry, I'm switching through charts a lot. Okay, so this is GameStop here. This is a 1 hour. And all right, so it's up a little under $10 in pre-market here. Price action is a little dicey. Let me get my Epic pen up real fast. Cost, you got it. So God, GameStop could really go either way. You've got a trend line coming down from the top here. And I mean, if we could break back above that, then I would favor the longs. And this thing is so unpredictable. I mean, it doesn't really trade like a normal stock anymore. But yeah, we'll have to see. I would express caution with that. All right, so here's costs. And let's see here. So it's up a little over $2 in pre-market. And we do have a nice healthy trend line coming up from $13 here. Something like that. Cool. Yeah, I mean I would say this looks pretty good. You can see we've got our invisible spike right there. And we have definitely some resistance up here around 32.31. So primarily, I would be looking for us to retest this $32 to $34 level and take that out, looking for a retest of 40. So I mean, this could be a pretty fat breakout if it's able to get above that level right there. So yeah, this looks good. We'll just want to monitor for continuation, making sure we're getting good volume and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think this looks good as a whole. AMC, sure. Holy crap. All right, AMC is looking super bullish. You can see we totally broke out of the channel here. Actually, I need to move this. We're gonna have multiple tiers in this channel. Yeah, I'll just call it right there. That's good enough. Okay. So here with AMC, we can see we are very strong in pre-market right here. So I mean, the main question is this level going to hold, and are we going to get a higher high and test the top of this channel up here, like around 1339, or are we going to make a lower low? And we'll just want to watch on the open and see kind of which way price action is heading. BTC, we talked about it. It was starting to pull back into the range below 57,000. So if it starts getting acceptance down there, then I would caution longs. But if we can break back above 57,000 and hold it, then I think that would be a great long entry. So, anyways, AMC here looks really bullish. As a whole, though, we'll just want to keep an eye on the open here and see what it does. And if everything is looking strong, then I would say, yeah, I mean, it looks like it'd be a decent short-term trade to test the top of this channel line right here. But indexes are very, very mixed today. Like I said, the Russell is down. The Dow is making higher highs. NASDAQ is neutral. We got a weak high on ES. It's just the indexes are very, very neutral, and we've been going up on low volume, so we're definitely due for a correction. And then you requested space. Is that like a ticker? Is there a ticker for that I can look up? I'm not, when you're saying that, I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly. I definitely dig the Spock hand too. I'm a huge Trek fan. Oh, SPC. All right, you got it. Virgin Galactic, got it. Okay, so this is a classic V bottom right here. This thing looks really, really healthy. I need to zoom out a little bit so I can see what the long time frame is doing here. Let's see. Bear with me just for a moment. So we got that trend line, which has been broken. Okay. So, yeah, overall, I would say this definitely favors the long side. We've got a very healthy looking trend line right there. In terms of horizontal resistance, we have an unfilled gap between 39.57 and 41.77. So I would be expecting that to get filled. And let's see here. There's another resistance at 46.54. So I would be looking for continuation here, and I would be targeting the gap fill. So this would be a great short-term swing trade. Nvidia, you got it. This would be a great short-term swing, just targeting this gap fill right here. But I really think this thing probably has more in it. So yeah, I mean, to hold this thing for a week or two could be really solid, if not longer. I mean, clearly we've got more room to the upside with it having hit $60. You know, looks like a couple months ago, in February maybe. Anyways, yeah, I think this is a perfect entry right here for a swing trade. All right, let's check out Nvidia here. All right, Nvidia, very, very similar pattern here. Got a trend line coming up from the bottom. This is really weird. Like, we had a V bottom and then an outside bar on a higher time frame, and then it gapped back up and trapped out all of these shorts. Very, very wild price action. And then we've just been gapping all over the place ever since then. We did gap down, looks like on the 11th or 12th. Probably, I'm guessing on Friday. We're down $2 in pre-market. I still think this is probably a good long here. The only thing that worries me is this gap down, because gaps are well, they're a big show of strength, just to put it that way. Gaps are always going to be new business, new people engaging in the market, not some old business, wrapping up their positions or anything like that. And we typically favor trading with new business if we can. So, yeah, it's a little bit dicey, but I do favor the long side here for a bounce, and then likely retesting this level up here at 560. All right. We got 8 minutes till the open, guys. I probably got time for maybe one or two more here if anybody has requests. Like I said, we've got Nike earnings, Nike and Accenture earnings on Thursday, as well as Dollar General and FedEx. Those are the big earnings plays for this week. Neo, sure. All right, sorry, gotta get my jigsaw meters out of the way here. Okay, Neo, so it is slightly down in pre-market, but not enough to really worry about. So, yeah, I mean, I think I called out the long on this last week, but it still is looking good. I initially had targeted the $50 level, and I still think we could hit that. So, yeah, as long as we don't break this trend line right here, I would say Neo looks like a really good long, and hopefully you guys can see okay there. Neo looks like a good long, and I'd be targeting $50, and after 50, be looking for 52. So overall, I'd say this looks really good. Just like Virgin Galactic, it's a very textbook setup, and I like textbook setups. All right, we'll check out Riot, and that'll be the last one here, guys. And then I gotta get ready for my day here, and we'll go over what the indexes are doing as well before I leave. So this is Riot Blockchain. Looks like it is down 12 cents in pre-market, which is basically nothing. Overall, I would say this thing. It's hard to say. It's giving up a little bit on this trend line, which I don't like as much. And I don't know whether moving it over like that is really a good idea, because this is clearly where the trend had been up until that point. So I would need to see a very aggressive push back above this level. So I would need to see it push up, take out that pivot high, and then continue higher up towards like 60. I would need to see a break back above $65, $66 at least. Ecom, yeah, you got it. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look here. What the hell? Yeah, this ticker is not pulling up any data. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm pretty sure this is maybe a joke, and I'm just a little bit slow. E-commie? Are you calling me a communist? Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sorry, bud. I'm not a huge crypto trader. I mean, I'm primarily a futures trader, but I do watch equities as well. Okay, got it. I thought you were calling me a communist, man. Hurt my feelings. Yeah, you too, Wandering. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a look at the indexes here. So the S&P is bouncing. Looks like we'll be retesting the point of control up here, and I would imagine taking out this week high up at 47.75. Looks like the Dow and the Nasdaq are turned up as well. So I can't believe I just said turned. Why did I do that? Oh, I'm an idiot. All right. Well, anyways, so yeah, the longs. This thing is really neutral. I do favor the long side as a whole today, but jihad. Yeah, I know. Don't I'm white. I know, very white. Um, anyways, yeah, like I said, I favor the long side today, but it's very, very weak. Like I said, we've been going up on super weak volume. This thing needs to correct itself. We need to take out some of these weaker hands so stronger hands have a chance to come back in and really move this market. Anyways, I am neutral long today. And anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks so much for joining me this morning, and we will see you tomorrow for the open and the morning brief once again. So thanks again, guys. I'm taking off. Good luck today.